everyone, welcome to your 30-minute total body reformer workout. I'm on the IQ Balanced Body Reformer, but you can adapt this workout to any reformer. We're going to start with heavy springs for footwork. I have 3 reds plus 1 blue, so that's 3 heavy springs plus half a spring. So adjust your reformer to what feels good for you. You want to feel some good resistance in the lower body though. All right, let's get started. Lie on down. You can set your headrest up if you like that. I like to have mine down, but just make sure you feel comfortable. We're going to start with our heels all the way wide to the very outside edges of the foot bar. I've got my toes flexed up towards my face. My heels are heavy into the foot bar. Before we start to move, just take a second to check in with your breathing. You can close your eyes here, relax your shoulders, and let your rib cage fall heavy into the reformer. Take 2 more full rounds of breath. Last one. On your inhale, push the carriage all the way out. Nice strong legs, heavy through your heels. And then slowly bring the carriage back in. Good. Take your time with that. So we're pressing out for a big inhale. And then exhale. And throughout the workout, remind yourself to find a pace that works for your breathing. So it might be faster or slower than my cues, and that's totally fine. We really want to honor our breath to movement flow, and it's going to be unique to our body and the day that we're having. Let's just find that connection. Take it a little faster, so inhale all the way out, keep inhaling in, exhale, and in. Inhale out, and exhale. Breathe. So you're trying to make the movement a little bit quicker without rushing the breath. Exhale for 2 movements, 4 more here. Inhale out and in, exhale out and in. Starting to wake up those legs. You got 4 more reps here. Easy shoulders. 3, 2. Last one, halfway in. Give me small pulses here. Let the shoulders sink down out of the shoulder blocks. You're heavy through your heels. You want to feel your quads light up. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Push the carriage all the way out and then come back in. Whew. All right, walk the feet parallel. So you're still on your heels. You want to be right at sitting bones distance. So it's pretty narrow, but the feet are still separated. Same action, push out on the in-breath and then exhale, come back in. So starting slow, full inhale to lengthen, full exhale to close. As you're working through your footwork, just check in that you're not popping the ribs up to the ceiling. Try to keep reminding yourself to anchor it down into the floor. Your neck and shoulders stay relaxed. Tops of the feet should be feeling this, right? Because we're actively pulling the feet back towards us. That's going to work the muscles in the top of the ankles, your shins. A little bit of a burn is good. All right, picking up the pace. So it's a full inhale out and in, and a full exhale out and in. So making the pace of your movement quicker, but not rushing your breath. We've got about 4 more here. Last 3, 2. Last one, we come halfway in. Small pulses. 8, 7. Feel the quads light up, heavy through your heels. Relax the shoulders. 4, 3, 2, 1. Push all the way back out. Reach. And then bring the carriage in. Whew. All right, rolling out the ankles. Give the knees a little stretch. We're going to go right into our hip bridge. So if you had your headrest up, bring it down so you're all the way neutral with your neck. We're still in a pretty heavy spring load here, so that should give you some good amount of support, making this a little bit easier. Have yourself scoot down just a little bit out of the shoulder blocks. Hands down by your side. Heels are still right at hips distance. You're gonna take a nice big inhale to prep. And then exhale, curl under into your hip bridge. All the way up to the crest of your shoulder blades. Take an inhale up here. And then exhale, drop down. Think heavy heart, heavy rib cage, heavy waistband, tailbone all the way to neutral. Good, keep that going. You inhale to prepare. Exhale to move. At the top of your bridge, take another in-breath. And then rolling back down. Think heart first, then your ribs, then your waistband. Good, just keep that going. So with your own breath pattern, you want to remember to move on the exhale and then stay on your inhale. We want to be waking up the hamstrings, so you should be feeling this in the back of the legs and the glutes. But with the support of the heavier springs, you should be able to go pretty high without getting into your neck. Think about pressing your heels down into the foot bar, leaving your footprint. 2 more. Curl and lift. Exhale to drop. I like to think of like a magnetic pole. So when I roll through my spine, it's like a magnet, you're pulling my spine one vertebrae at a time to the ceiling. And on the way back down, I want to think about that magnetic pole pulling me gently to the floor from my heart, then down behind the sternum, waistband, tailbone. Let's do 1 more. All the way up. And then slowly coming down. Ooh, hamstrings are waking up. Go ahead and give them a stretch. You can either reach them up overhead or let them just drape over the foot bar. Feel free to roll out your ankles, little circles. Bend and stretch the legs. Then we go back in, a little more hamstring work. So heels back to where they were. Big inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl and lift. We've got marches. So the right knee comes into the chest and then slowly step it down. Just alternate one leg at a time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to step. Now your goal here is to focus mainly on the foot that stays on the foot bar. So that's the hip and glute you want to focus on. Try to keep the hip stable by pushing down with that supporting leg. Don't forget to breathe big. Last 3. You got 2 more. Exhale, step the right foot down. Last one. Take a beautiful in-breath here. And then roll all the way through. All right, give your knees a little squeeze to your chest. We're going to roll up using our abs to change our springs. All right, so I'm going to drop down to 2 red springs for some feet and straps. Always feels lovely. So 2 reds or 2 heavy springs. Lie on down and grab your long straps to pop them over the arches of your feet. You want to make sure you get your strap close to your heel, right where it tapers into your arch, so you get that support of your foot and it helps connect you to the back line of your leg. So we're starting with nice parallel legs, feet to touch, heels together, exhale down, slow. And then inhale, lift. Exhale. And lift. So just taking your time here, keeping the feet touching together. So you want to move them as one. Focus on folding at your hip socket versus letting the tailbone tuck under. 3 more. Exhale, long, gorgeous legs. Cut through the wall in front of you. Then bring them back up. Heavy tailbone. 2. Last one, we turn it into a circle, press down, open wide, and then bring it back up to the ceiling. Pushing down with the exhale. Split and then lift up. Again, find the pacing with your own breathing, but use the exhale for power, the inhale to find length. You reach out through the thigh bones, out through the feet. Check in that your neck, shoulders stay relaxed here. Power in the deep abs, out through the feet, into the back of the legs. Last one at the top, we're going to change your circles. So open the width of the reformer, maybe a little wider, pressing down to the foot bar, and then back up the center. Open, exhale, push. Together, inhale, lift. Now our goal with circles is to get a nice, beautiful stretch and reach of the legs, but more importantly than that is to try and stabilize the upper trunk, right? Which I sometimes struggle with. It's the challenge of Pilates, right? Can you move your legs in these gorgeous circles without popping the ribs up or letting the tailbone tuck and arch? You can always place your hands on your hip bones even, just to kind of see and feel where they might want to tilt to. Keep reminding them to stay steady, pointing straight to the ceiling like headlights. Last one. Up to the top. Just take a brief stretch. You can flex the feet, pull down the straps. Breathe into your back. All right, we got frogs. Take your heels together. The knees are slightly turned out, so it's not a huge turnout, just a little bit. I like to think about the width of the shoulder blocks. And on the exhale, you push your feet away. So fold the heels towards your joints, your hip joints, and then exhale, press. Heels in. Exhale, press. As we push into the straps, you want to think about your deep abs dropping to the floor, pushing your feet into the wall in front of you, and then fold hips, knees, ankles, everything comes in deeply. 4. Exhale, press. 3. Last 2. 1 more. Now we have stag. So pointing the toes here, I'm going to fold the right heel into my groin and the left leg goes out to a straddle. Both legs push, exhale, heels together. And then alternate. Left heel comes in, right leg goes long, and then exhale, feet together. This does take some time to kind of get the coordination. So slow yourself down, check in with those hips. Folding the left, reaching the right. Every time you come to center, think of your heels gently pressing into one another. Squeeze at the very center, get those inner thighs to fire up, and then reach out and release. 1 more to the left. And then bend your knees into your chest. Ooh, a little compression can feel good after all that deep hip work. Take the straps off of your feet. Set them down or hook them up. We're gonna roll up and change our springs one more time. So we got 1 red and a yellow, or you can do 1 red and a blue. We're about to do mid-back, hands and straps, some curling. And we're doing pretty high reps, so I like to go a little lighter. So I do 1 red and 1 yellow, but pick the springs that feel good for your body. And you can always change. If you get into the workout and a spring load isn't working for you, know that you can always curl on up, pause the video, and change your springs. All right, we have our knees in tabletop. Hands right above the chest. Start with just a simple press and exhale, and then bring it back up. Simple, smooth movement. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. You have 4 more just like this. Keeping the knees at tabletop, so right above the hip joint. If your low back feels any compression though, you can always bring the knees closer to you, or even hook the ankles. You want to make sure the position doesn't cause any low back drama or hip flexor tension. All right, let's add a curl right here. So you're going to exhale, curl the body up, look towards your foot bar, and then slowly come back down. Exhale, curl, reach for the foot bar. Good. Use that power of your breath to press through the straps, reaching across the room. We'll do 2 more just like this. Curl and reach. Last one. All right, we're gonna add on to this flow. So curl up and stay up. Exhale, curl and stay. Both legs reach on the inhale. Exhale, fold the legs in, and then lower the body and the head. Good. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lower down. Good. Keep that going. Curl. Leg reach. Fold the knees. Take it down. Let's take this 3 more times at your own pace, your own breath. Last 2. We're going to go for long, beautiful breath, long legs. On the final one, go even more. Reach, reach, reach with those hands. Inhale, try to pierce the wall with your toes. Exhale, fold everything back in, and then lower the body. Take a little rest. Feet can rest on the foot bar. I like to take my arms out to a T. It can feel nice on the pecs just to give them a stretch. And maybe let the knees rock right to left. Loosen things up. All right, 1 more set of abdominals, and then we'll do some standing work. Legs are to reach straight up to the ceiling, and so are your hands. So try to get your legs and arms to be parallel. You'll exhale, curl up to look at your thighs, and then you'll slowly roll back down. Exhale, curl, and lower. If it bothers your low back or your hamstrings to have this straight leg, you can always go back to bent, right? It's always an option. Last one here, we're gonna stay up and curl, stay up in the curl. Alternate your legs. So you're gonna drop the right leg to the foot bar, exhale, lift. Left leg to the foot bar. 4 more. Keep reaching through your straps. 2. And let everything go. Bend the knees, rest the arms, rest the neck. Whew. All right, ditch your straps. Curl up with your abs. We're going to change our spring to 1 blue. So half spring. All right, big transition. We're going to take it to standing lunges. So step over to the right-hand side of your reformer. We're going to have our left foot up against the shoulder block, and the right foot's going to be right underneath our hip and in line with our left leg. So I want to try and get my thighs as parallel as possible. From here, hands can be on your waist. They can be down by your side, wherever you prefer. You're going to kick the carriage out, get low, 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 and then try and touch the foot bar. We're going for a nice low lunge here, and then slowly come back up. Now you can do this on a standard reformer. It's just a different angle at the hip. Or you can place your long box on the floor to the right-hand side to elevate the ground so that your feet are more on the same plane. Pushing all the way back, and then coming all the way back up. Once you have the hang of it, you don't have to actually touch the foot bar. You can reach right past it or under it, but reach in that direction and get a nice long stride from the crown of your head to your back foot. And move with the breath. Exhale. Inhale, stand up. Every time you arrive to the top of your lunge, you want to find that moment where your head is directly on top of your foot. Your ribs are back. You have this beautiful long posture. And then go to push the carriage out. So you want to complete the movement. Let's take 3 more. Nice, elegant, slow lunges. Last 2. On this last one, carefully touch the foot bar lightly with the left hand. The back knee is going to pump in and out. So you're trying to be really light with your left hand, just enough pressure to kind of stabilize your joints. And then that outer right glute's working like crazy to keep you stable. If you feel steady and you feel you have it, take the hands either heart center or to your low back. Ooh, nice burn in the right quad, right glutes. Shoulders stay relaxed though. Focus on the breath. Let's do 3 more. 2, 1, and then stand all the way back up. Whew, nice little burn in that right hip. We're going to take it into a plank to transition to our second side. So hands on top of your foot bar. Step your feet right in front of the shoulder blocks. Press the carriage out, and you're just going to hold this plank or start to slowly march one knee at a time in towards your wrists. Now, if you're a shorty like me, I have to walk my feet a little bit further to the center of the carriage. Breathe big. When in doubt, you can always switch to a heavier spring. Although that's a little hard on the shoulders, it's going to stabilize your back more. So spring loads can really be helpful in planks, providing you more support. All right, should be feeling like Pilates by now. We got 4 more. Big breath. 3, 2, 1, and then slowly pike the hips up. Close the carriage and just take a forward fold for a moment. Soft knees, soft shoulders. Breathe into your back. And then we'll slowly roll up the spine. All right, second leg for lunges. Let's do it. On the left-hand side of your reformer, right foot up against the shoulder block. Check in that your legs are fairly lined up. Hands can be on your waist, low back, wherever you want. Lunge it out. Tap the foot bar with your right hand this time. And get that beautiful long lunge coming right back up. Now, if you're taller, you might find that you run right into the back of the frame before you get to the depth of your lunge. If that's the case, you can always step further forward to give you more stride length. So we do want to prioritize that beautiful long, deep lunge. Moving with the breath. Once you find that you have pretty good stability, you can take your hand either right above or below the foot bar, still reaching in that direction, but kind of weaning off the support. Nice, slow, elegant transitions. Let your breath just flow naturally here. Every time you stand up, can you find the horizon with your eyes? Head right above your left foot. Let's take 3 more. Last 2. Left hip should be feeling something. It's a lot of work in that stabilizing side. On the last one, we go to the bottom and take a light touch onto the foot bar. Stay buoyant through your left leg as you fold and press the right thigh. So the goal is to not take too much weight into the right leg, just enough to move the spring. The rest of your body weight lives into that left foot. Whew, you'll feel it. In and out. In, out. 4 more. Whew, so you can slow it down just a little bit. Embrace the burn. 3, 2. Last one. And then stand all the way up. Whew. All right, 1 more series of planks. This time your hands will still be on the foot bar, but your feet are close to the edge of the carriage. And again, you'll have to change that just a little bit based on your height and flexibility. But for me, I want to feel like I have my feet pretty much under my hips, more or less. I'm going to cat my spine, lift my heels, really round the back. And then using my exhale, push the spring open, iron out the spine to a plank, and then repeat that. Coming back up and in. I like to initiate with the exhale and then pike on the inhale. But find the breath that serves you the best here. Remember, your breathing is a tool, and if you get too fixated on it, it stops helping you. You want to find what feels natural. So what helps me is just to always reserve that exhale for the moment of power and letting the rest kind of fall into place. Good. And as you're taking these pikes, remember your eyes should be changing place. So I'm looking at my knees. I'm looking at my thighs in the pike. When I find my plank, though, I'm looking out past the foot bar to iron out my spine and find that beautiful length. 2 more. Last one, best one. Take everything in and just forward fold. Feet can be flat. Heavy head, relax your shoulders, relax your joints. Big breath into your back. All right, we're gonna go into a little bit of chest work. So taking your straps into your hands, we'll go for short straps if you have the 2 loops, and we're kneeling facing the foot bar. So from here, you have your short straps. Don't let go of it. Short straps in your hands. You're right on top of your heels. And we're going to exhale, send the tray, you have this imaginary tray in your hands, forward as you stand up on your knees. Take this one slowly. You don't want to launch yourself forward. So it's a slow reach, stand up on the knees, and then melt your way back down to your heels. Exhale. And then come back down. Just checking that your shoulders and your neck don't take over. We want to feel the work into our mid-back, our chest, and a little bit into our biceps. Now you'll notice I often change my grip. Sometimes I'll do a loose grip like this because it helps me get out of my neck. However, using all 5 fingers on each hand does provide some great strength through your forearm. So play around with both, but try to keep the neck loose so you have that beautiful long posture. You're working into the chest, not your traps. We've got 1 more, then we're gonna stay up on the knees. From here, palms face each other. Think arms like a ballerina. We're gonna open out to the side. Exhale, hands back to the center. Sitting down into the knees, ribs are back. 4 more, open wide. Exhale, hands narrow. Open. Last few. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. And then slowly sit down. Whew. All right, we're gonna turn the body around and finish up a little bit more upper body work. Take a seat facing your shoulder blocks. Let's have our legs between the shoulder blocks, either cross at the ankle or just side by side. You're gonna take your short straps into your hands, and we're gonna add a bicep curl with a curl back. So I'm gonna scoop my abs, shift back at the same time I curl my biceps. I'm gonna slowly release the arms and then sit back up. Exhale, curl the arms, scoop the abs. Reach the feet, reach the heart. So it's a combination of deep ab work and some strong upper back work and a little bit of bicep. Exhale, curl, scoop, reach the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Shake things out. If you feel the neck take over, shake it out. You want to keep the work deep in the core. Beautiful, strong work. We got this. 2 more. Take your time. Use the breath. Last one, best one. And then come on up. Whew. If your feet are crossed, go ahead and change the crossing. We're going to cross the cable. So I have the opposite hand with the opposite strap. Now, we're going to have our palms facing up and our thumbs are leading. This is a little tricky. You want to keep the shoulders in external rotation. Pull open to a wide V and then come back in. Now, this one is all about postural muscles right between the mid-back, right between the shoulder blades. If you feel your neck take over, again, shake things out. You can even go to a lighter spring, like a high yellow, to take a little bit of tension out so you can work the correct muscles and not just over-recruit the top of the shoulder. 3 more. Slowly let it reach. Last 2. one more. Beautiful tall posture. You got this. Last one. And then let that go. Just stretch forward over the feet. Let the head hang. Uncross your cables. Just set the straps off to the side or hang them up. We're going to cool things down with Mermaid. So let's switch to just one red spring. I'm going to turn to the back to start with my right shin against the shoulder blocks, which might look like the opposite to you, and then the left hand on the foot bar. So again, left hand's on the foot bar forward of your shoulder, right shin's up against the shoulder blocks. If your hips don't drop, that's fine. Like mine are super tight, so I just have to honor where I'm at and just encourage the anchoring, but don't force the hips level. Take a beautiful side stretch up and over on your inhale, and then exhale, come back up. Grab the headrest or the shoulder block, counter stretch to the back of the reformer. Take that 3 more times at your own pace. Big, beautiful stretch. And exhale. Counter stretch by grabbing a hold of the reformer and reach to the back. Use that pressure through your hand against the spring or the foot bar to push the springs open, to really encourage a long stretch through your back. We've got one more. Take a beautiful stretch up and over all the way towards the springs. Now while you're here, turn towards the springs, separate your hands, push your shin against the shoulder blocks and push the foot bar away. It's like your twisted swan. We're going to lift the heart a little bit, find a stretch through your abs, and then exhale, push through both hands. Slide the foot bar away from you. A few more here. Last 2. And last one. Big, beautiful lift. Slowly come back up, and we'll just change sides. So carefully swivel your feet. I like to go towards the shoulder blocks. It makes it a little bit easier to untangle. So this time I have my left shin up against the shoulder blocks, my right hand forward of my shoulder on the foot bar, left hand to the ceiling. Take a big, beautiful stretch up and over, and then exhale, slowly lift up. Let the springs close carefully, and take a counter stretch opposite way. And it's totally normal to feel one side a whole lot tighter than the other. Again, push up and over. Feel that beautiful stretch. Exhale, sit up tall. And then counter stretch towards the back of the reformer. Again, notice how that top hip, or the hip towards the shoulder blocks, might not be resting easy. Don't force it to the floor. Again, everyone's hips are different on this one. You want to honor your body. Don't force it. Big stretch other way. And then this last one will stay over towards the foot bar. So you're going to push, reach, reach, reach. Beautiful long stretch. Turn towards your foot bar. Take both hands on it, wide as the shoulders. Let the left shin push against the shoulder blocks. You're going to lift your heart forward on the inhale, and then exhale, slide yourself back. 3 more just like that. Beautiful inhale, heart up. Exhale, push. Last 2. One more. Think about stretching through the abdominals. Arms stay straight. Exhale, push the shoulder blocks away. Press the foot bar away. And then slowly bend the elbows. Restack your spine. And just sit cross-legged, facing the side. We'll finish up with one last deep breath all together. Shoulders roll down and back. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, hands down alongside your hips. And thank you so much for working out with me. Be proud of your hard work and have an awesome day. Thank you.